The Bee Gees came out of this interview outraged by the presenter's nasty comments.
I might just leave.
Yeah. Oh, I've never had anyone walk out before, but...
well, we are. Toss-up, pal. So anyway...
everybody.
This is a setup.
The musical trio showed up on Clive Anderson's show, unaware that they were about to face one of the most awkward conversations of their entire incredible career. However, the beginning was as normal as it gets.
It's true that you've been around 60s, 70s, 80s, you've been around a long time.
Yeah.
And you've been some highs and lows. Well, mostly highs in your case, but...
More highs than you can imagine.
Yes. Now, what was that? Because that's perhaps the most distinctive thing now, that high-pitched...
Oh, the falsetto.
That's it, yes, yeah. Were you working with Mickey Mouse at the time?
Minnie.
Yeah.
No, he got his voice from me, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Was it just the tight G?
The interaction was very friendly. Everyone was laughing at what they were saying, and there were no bad faces in sight. Of course, the presenter was slowly but surely provoking the British brothers to make them uncomfortable.
I feel like I'm in the fan club here. But Saturday Night Fever kind of stamped its identity on you and you on it. And he sometimes describes it as a bit of a millstone because it was recorded, the film came out and the music came out at in the end of the 70s, the decade which fashion forgot.
Yes.
And,
right.
Yeah, and now you sometimes get the blame for it. You know, those tight trousers, the flares, the slash to the waist.
I think this decade is the decade that fashion forgot.
Yes.
Because everybody's going back to the 70s and wearing the same clothes again,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you probably still had yours, did you? Lying around
my daughter's wearing mine.
But it was when he talked about the band splitting up that an unpleasant moment started that ended with the artist's indignation, who decided that the best thing they could do at that moment was to go away and leave the interview at that point.
Then you had what turns out to be quite a short period when you split up. Was that a particularly fraught time, do you think? Well, that was your career finished, you'd had a few years and that was going to be it? Because some groups do that and they never heard of again. Did you think that might be happening to you?
No.
Not really. No, we sort of...
Well, when we split up, yes.
Yes.
For 15 months, I think it was. But we realised we didn't enjoy it being by ourselves.
No.
You know? So it was a lot of things going on, egos and things. And Robin and I were about 19.
Yeah.
So we were like all young and getting all these things, people telling you that one brother's better than the other and you don't need them, you don't need him. So we believed all that crap, you know.
Yeah. But it didn't last that long. It probably felt a long time. But you had one very good single on your own there, Saved by the Bell. That was a good one. Do you feel, I don't need those other two, I can knock out something like that?
There was a lot of ego problems at the time, and I can't even remember
we
why.
had one at the same time called Don't Forget to Remember, which was...
I've forgotten that one. But,
we thought you might.
Yeah, of course.
We're getting on like a storm, aren't we, Clive?
Yes.
In fact, I might just leave.
Yeah. Oh, I've never had anyone walk out before, but...
we are. Toss-up, pal.
So anyway...
everybody.
This is a setup.
Oh, well, I guess I better join them.
Well, you can stay and just...
Well, I'd love to, but I don't do impressions.
Yeah.
I can't do this off. Well, I'll get you off next week. I'll see you later, Clive.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's your the Bee Gees. That looks about all it.
The brothers couldn't believe that Clive was dismissing them like that, so they decided that the best thing to do was to leave. This is often the reaction of talk show guests when they start to feel uncomfortable. There are many examples, but this conversation of Joan Rivers with CNN accumulated millions of views.
You wearing leather shoes?
Yeah,
Shut up.
I'm talking.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist, but I'm saying
you're eating chicken.
Yeah.
You're eating meat. I don't want to hear this nonsense. Come to me with a paper belt and I'll talk to you.
But you did hear it in some of those press conferences. There were people who were upset, and you're just saying,
no,
what?
I'm going. I really am going because all you have done is negative.
No.
All you have done is negative. I haven't heard net. I make people laugh for 50 years. I am put on earth to make people laugh. My book is funny. I wear fur that was 15 years ago. I work for animal rights. Stop it with, and you do this, and you're mean, and you're that. You are not the one to interview a person who does humor. Sorry.
Are we serious? Oh, boy. Yeah, she was serious.
And that's something that even the most legendary interviewers have had to face in their television careers. Because many times a simple question can provoke a reaction that absolutely no one expects.
Why did you settle? You don't have to tell me the terms of the settlement, but
You know
why
what,
settle
Mary?
since you had a fight to carry on?
Larry, everything that was discussed in mediation, I'll say it again, is completely confidential. I'm not going to be able to talk about that. So I'm just letting you know that ahead of time.
So you can't even say why you settled? That's not, how does that break what you settled for? I'm not asking you what the settlement was.
Confidential
I'm asking you,
agreement.
why did you agree to settle?
It's a confidential agreement, and I am not allowed to talk about that.
So the agreement discusses the motive behind why each party agreed?
Larry, you're being inappropriate. You really are. So I'm not going to talk about...
I'm asking a question.
The truth is that these difficult and memorable moments went down in television history. Of course, no one expects a guest to get up from their seat and leave the host talking to themselves, especially if it's someone as renowned as the Bee Gees.
I might just leave.
Yeah. Oh, I've never had anyone walk out before, but...
we are. Toss up, pal. So anyway...
This is a setup.